Wednesday at the Open Championship at Royal Troon, the 152nd Open Championship. A huge day ahead of us here. We're going to hear from the R&A for the first time. We are going to hear from none other than Scotland's own Bob MacIntyre, the hometown favorite here at Troon. And we're going to talk to some folks on the TV side and learn a thing or two about what's going on and how they're preparing for what is the most unique television test of the year, links golf. All that and more coming your way today on Wednesday, seen and heard from the Open Championship.
Hello everybody, delighted to be joined by the new Scottish Open champion, Robert MacIntyre.
Bob, on a scale of 1 to 10, describe that celebration on Sunday night.
10. It was look, I'm not a big drinker, but when you get moments like that, that's a childhood dream and a lifetime goal, and you've got family and friends there that have backed you since you were a young kid, I think it was quite right to go absolutely wild, and I think we've done a good job of that.
Hi Bob. The Renaissance Club have installed a plaque for Rory McIlroy's shot from last year. Is there anywhere on the golf course that you'd like to see a plaque with your name on when you get there in 2025?
I think it's a gold-plated sprinkler.
Well, it's the age-old question in pro golf, right? Rest versus rust. Scottie Scheffler has been playing on both ends of that this year. He famously showed up at the U.S. Open, had his worst start in 600 days, and afterwards said a big part of the reason for that was that he was feeling some fatigue from all of his starts earlier in the season.
I think going into the major championships, especially ones we know are going to be really challenging, I think it may be in my best interest to not play the week before, but like I said, that's stuff for me to figure out later in the year.
Now he's here at the Open Championship after having not really played in any tournaments in the last 2 weeks. He skipped the Scottish Open last week, and now he is facing a very different style of golf, a very unique style of golf, particularly a very different style of putting than he is used to. It's going to be an interesting thing to watch this week to see just how sharp Scottie looks. First and foremost, what are you most interested in this week at Royal Troon?
Well, when you're talking about links golf, you're looking at bunkers. And here the bunkers are, I mean, they're extreme.
Terrifying.
They are. And even for somebody who grew up looking at the riveted faces, even the sand is really thick and heavy sand. And it's just a different ball game trying to avoid them, figuring out how to get around them. Even chipping over them is tough, because if you catch it just a little bit chunky, you're going to be back in that bunker and you're going to be in a whole world of hurt. So in general, seeing the wind come into play, I think the forecast is for it to be a crosswind this year. And I think that's just the hardest wind to play in either way, whether you're going out or coming home. It's going to be a tough golf course.
How long in advance will you start the prep?
Well, for this week, it's been ongoing for a few weeks. I must have watched the Phil Mickelson-Henrik Stenson final round back in when they played in 16. I must have watched it about 10 times already. TV does really flatten it out. There's a lot more undulations and a lot more slopes on the greens, around the greens and the fairways than I got from watching that coverage on the television. So I'm lucky that I'm following a group or two groups or however many groups, but I'm on the ground walking. If I was in the booth, a lot more work would have to go into the study, because you're covering everybody. But on the ground, I'm just calling the shots as I see it. So.
All quiet in the 18th grandstand here at the Open Championship. It's been filled out in fits and starts throughout the week. As the big groups have come in, it's gotten a little bit more crowded and that's emptied out. But tomorrow, when the real play begins, things are going to get packed. This place is going to be an absolute zoo show. This seat directly under the giant leaderboard is going to be impossible to find. And so why not come out here on Wednesday afternoon and drink it in a little bit? The sun is shining. It is legitimately warm out here right now. and we've got some of the best golfers in the world rolling through in a practice round. Life is good.
Welcome to the RNA press conference. I'm joined by Martin Slumbers, the CEO of the RNA.
Holding your feet to the fire a little bit, before you took over, Rory McIlroy won 2 straight majors, including an Open Championship. In your tenure, he's won none, and it's going to be the 40th major. Is there a Martin Slumbers curse? And with your exit, do you think he'll now be free to continue winning major championships?
As a very proud European, if that's what it takes for him to win, I'm fine.
So one of the things that I just adore about this week is that not only is this like a different major championship, it is the last major championship, at least of the men's pro golf year. And a lot of these guys, they don't love admitting it, but they get antsy when this week arrives because there's no more majors for 264 days. That's when Masters Week starts, like 8 or 9 months from now. I know that they all think about it. Last week, Justin Thomas was talking about how, like, if you don't have a major by the time the British Open arrives, you start to kind of feel a little bit of anxiousness. Colin Morikawa was talking about it. He knows what it's like to win a major. He also knows what it's like to have, like, not gotten to a major championship by the end of the season. Victor Hovland just walked by. Everyone thinks that he's going to get it done at some point. Could be this week. Also, like, might not happen for a while or a couple more years or something like that. These guys are trying to really like punch their ticket and feel a sense of ease, a sense of accomplishment. Xander Schauffele, I asked him yesterday, like, do you feel different now that you've kind of won a major championship?
Makes me feel a lot better that I have one now. Everyone's just trying to put themselves in a position to win, and you try and get yourself in the right headspace. And for us, it's nearing the home stretch here, so there's a lot of people that are super focused and trying to tune their game in to the best of their ability.
Those are the things that these dudes think about, and I think they think about it just like extra hard this time of year when they realize, like, okay, the FedEx Cup's on the horizon, but in terms of majors, it's either this or a long wait until the Masters. This is Prestwick Golf Club, number 65 in the world, birthplace of the Open. The first 11 Opens were played here, and this is what, the 152nd that's happening this week at Troon.
All the insignia here that says the first Open on it. That feels like seeing something that says like the Declaration of Independence on it.